Hey, hello again. Laugh Lasagna back here with another board game video. So the board game that was requested on my TikTok, we had about two of them that were requested on my TikTok. Is first off was Risk, and then next is one of my favorite all-time video games that was made into a board game, Doom. Now, yes, I may love Doom, the video game, with a lot of love, just because it's very creative. The blood and gore is amazing, as well as you're just you're conquering back Earth and pushing back the demons back to the pits of hell, where you go and destroy the rest of hell. Very, very fun game, very fun storyline as well. It's all white by one guy, the Doom guy, or the Marine. So the thing for me is trying to find a board game that kind of took that pleasure up a notch and made it to a board game, which I love board games, was Doom. So when I first bought this game, I found it in the mall and it was on clearance. And the reason I was on clearance because it was a little damaged in the box, and as well, with the box being damaged, one of the pieces were damaged as well. So one of the Marines are actually kind of broken already, which kind of sucks. But the thing is pretty cool is you find people online or your local board game store that may have an extra marine part or extra parts for your board games that you can find as well for your games. So if you have one of those, make sure you ask, talk to your your local board game store or find somebody who can show you a way to help complete your board games as well. So without further ado, this was done, I'm gonna say 2013, no, 2016, sorry, because Doom, the remake of Doom, or the new Doom reboot, if you would, came out in 2016, I believe. And so I wanted to purchase this game as soon as possible, and here it is in its all glory. Wrong scene, of course. Doom, right here, Bethesda ID and board game by Jonathan Ying. So it's been used. I'm gonna say it has been used, and it has, of course, the demon in the front, who is actually, I believe, what they call. I can't remember what they're called. I believe they're just basically like the guardians, if you would. It's been a while since I played anything Doom, and I enjoy just seeing everything they've done with the Doom franchise so far, including Doom Eternal. I mean, the detail on the board is amazing. I mean, just like the video game. And on the side, they have, of course, other characters, as well as the Doom guy himself. So very cool. Very nice looking box. And the thing is we're gonna show you basically like the rules as well as the other things they have here. They actually have a operations guide as well as learn to play. So you have a lot of things where it shows you what you should be expecting. So for like the rules preferences, right? They have which action cards do agents agency means, or class cards, or difficult terrain, the demon cards, what do they do? Frag tokens, the frag tokens, what does that mean? This game does have a lot of if, ands, or buts, because this game is very, in my opinion, complicated for what it is. I like them to play a game or make a game that is not as complicated as this. But here's the cool thing is there is let me find you. Okay, so as in the last game we took a look at ray guns and rocket ships, they have the layout of different areas you can play in. This is out the Operation Black Bishop, and so this is Phobos Station, and they have the entire layout of what should be happening, what the victory is for the Vaders, the Marine victory, what needs to do. Most times the Marine, all he has to do is kill the demons that are in the game and pick up either a piece in the game or complete a task within the game, which is just like again, this is based on the remake or the reboot of Doom. So there's tons of new missions in here, which is pretty cool. You're basically, playing more upon what you play in the other Doom game, and basically you're continuing on the story, which I think is very, very genius idea of what they can do for bringing in, like, say, games like BioShock or Dark Souls or stuff, games like that, where basically you're playing upon the storyline that people are wanting to get finished, and they go, well, let's make a board game out of it. So it gets people to get more involved instead of just staying at home and playing an online game or by themselves, a game by themselves. Encourage them to find friends. Make friends. Like, I mean, I did this. I did this game all making friends, play with friends, and they loved it. And so basically, it's a game where it's basically you versus the board, or you versus the demons. I believe this is a 1 to 4 player game, 1 to 5 player game. One of those. I should probably know that before I even talk about some of these things, but it's learning progress. Um, that is that the learn to play is very, very simple as well. So you have the 3 books, pretty cool looking. The learn to play is basically showing what things need to be in the board game, as well as the assembly for some of the other things. This cyber demon, who is actually this guy here, sorry, the front cover, the cyber demon guy. It shows you, what things are placed, what things for each character should have. So you have different characters. You have the Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta. These ones, they show you what the character should have when they first arrive into the mission, and then where they should be sitting in the beginning of the game. And then each card has their own demons or marines, which is very cool. Moving on, we have then the demon actions as well as what they do. And the other thing is the marine boxes. What does the marine box do on the cards? I'll be showing them what the marine cards look like, as well as a demon attack box. Then you have how to suffer the damage. Movement example is pretty easy. It's basically a bunny hopping everywhere. It's very it's very, very, very straightforward what you gotta do. Again, there's a summoning example. So if you're playing as the demons, which you can play as the demons against your friends, basically your idea is to kill your friends in the game. It shows you how to do that and where to place them, and then what does these things do to help you win the game. So the other thing that's pretty cool is the game also includes the new rule of cover. It's like in Warhammer, you need cover in order to not get attacked by the demons or by the marine. Very, very cool concept. And then how to move the large machines, such as the Cyber Demon. The Cyber Demon is one of the largest characters in the entire game. So you gotta figure out how to move the big monster himself. With that being said, speaking of big monsters, they must be fit on these small little boards. Now you see these little boards here we have here can be connected with the other boards. So basically it's, connect the dots, connect the spaces, and so you do that as well by just connecting them with the doors that are adjacent to them. So, and you see each of them have a grid example as well as terrain. So the terrain, you can move throughout the terrain. The terrain is marked by the red boxes or the red lines. These are things you cannot cross because these are not doorways now. These are now actually the walls or the environment. So this right here is an environment piece. This here is a wall. This here is an environment because you have the entire dotted line where you have hell's fire underneath it. Then you have more on here, more over here. So basically you can only move in this certain area right here or into the new area you're going to. The other thing that's pretty cool is, again, you have an area right here. The blue, I believe, if I remember correctly, is where the Marines can go. The red is only for, again, blocking where you cannot go. Very, very cool. And the game changes with each scenario, which is very, very cool. There is bloody images on here, so I believe this is an 18+ game, but it's for your own discretion as well. A lot of small pieces, so make sure you have a plastic bag with you. Make sure you have that. A lot of my board games have like a lot of small pieces, including for the for the board itself. Make sure you have plenty of garbage bags, plenty of Ziploc bags. I do that for myself. These are the guns that you have for your Marines. I'll take one out for you. So this here is the plasma rifle. Very, very cool looking guy. You can get zoom in. It won't zoom in, which is okay. There you go. Plasma rifle. And so each of the Marines have their own thing, and also you can find things such as the chainsaw. Everybody likes a good chainsaw in the Doom game. So each Marine has their own abilities where they can find certain things or whatever. Very, very cool. This is a dice rolling game, but instead of movement, these are for shots taken or received. That's damage. And then you have your walls and doors that you can create, which is pretty, very cool. Hit markers, as well as locations. More hit markers, and also deaths on the board. Tokens for items you're picking up. Cards for if you are suffering from damage or if you're stunned. And more tokens. Now, the reason why I have all these separated is because the game itself has a lot of different scenarios where certain scenarios allow you to find certain tokens, right? So yeah, make sure everything is separated for yourself, and then your crewmates or your teammates who are with you, or the demons who need certain cards to do certain things. The other important thing is there are plenty of cards in this game as well. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but you already know there is plenty of cards for a game that has to deal with summoning as well as bringing in up to 4 Marines. So we have here, remember what these cards do. These, I believe, are abilities for the Marines. These are basically the Marine ability cards. One of them is reposition. So you can reposition yourself. It costs 3 speed, and then I don't remember what these things do in all reality. But it's basically helps your pistol. Some are helping with your chain gun, some with your combat shotgun. Very, very cool little advice, helpful tips right here on how to move. Then you have your characters for your demons. You shuffle these for the demons. Make sure that you use these to help bring in the demons that are in the game. Then you have the demon abilities. Now these allow you to, if you're using a main character in the demons, such as the Reaper, I believe this is the Reaper right here. They have their own abilities as well as the Cyber Demon. We have another card here. These are the Baron. This is like the cards for the demons themselves. The demons themselves have their own abilities, especially the Baron of Hell, the Imp, Mancubus, Kiko Demon, Cyber Demon, the Pinky, Revenant, and the Possessed Soldier. All these have their own little marks on the side of how much damage they are, their shield, their life, and their damage, as well as their hitbox radius as well. Very, very fun little things on the side. I know you can't see them well, but I'm gonna try to get as close as possible. So Baron of Hell has 5 speed, 1 range, 13 health, and I believe 10 is where you can take it out with a automatic kill. You can get those kills by glory kills, such as you do in the Doom game as well. Invader cards, very cool. There's a whole bunch of invader cards. It helps with the helping with your storyline. Then you have, I'm going through all these as fast as I can. More weapon abilities, like the 3-round burst for the burst rifle. These, I believe, are the main guns. The other guns were the extra guns you can only get in the certain storylines. So it shows you the speed and the range as well. Very, very cool. It shows you what I do: reroll, roll 1 die and discard a card. The other things you can do in this game is finding your help teammates. Let me find all my teammates here. They're in wrong order. There you are. So as you see here, let me grab them. You have your Alpha, Charlie, Bravo, Delta. Each of these guys have a sprint ability. Pretty cool. And all of them start out with 10 health. To move forward, basically the game is, it pushes with whatever goes on in the game. You gotta go along with it. It's basically you're constantly moving against the demons as well as the environment. It's almost just like playing Doom, but in a board game sense. So you're always trying to make sure you're moving and not just stopping and in the way. Demons move faster than the Marines do, and they do almost the same amount of damage as you do once in a while. Especially you find the Baron of Hell. So you're concentrating on move, make sure you're not in the way of the demon's attack. I think all the pieces are on this side here, and I am right. So you have here all your demons, and you can create the cyber demon himself. And you have the Mancubus. I mean, I don't have them colored in yet, but you have all these characters you can grab and you play as well as the Marines. So the Marines are just small little guys compared to such as the comparison of the two, Marine and then Mancubus. So it's pretty cool. So that itself is the game Doom. There's a lot of components to this game. I mean, a lot of components to this game. And I have to close this box somehow now. But I don't like open this box. There's so many small pieces in here that you gotta make sure you are not gonna be crushed by the box. I'm still not getting it. So anyhow, I'll finish that later on. So with that, again, that is the Doom board game. Doom itself is one of my favorite games of all time. The board game just helps bring in the Battle of the Demons to your doorstep as well. It's one of those games where once you start into playing it, you can't stop slaying the demons, and it's a lot of fun. We recommend anybody who is a big Doom player, and I hope that you enjoyed this show and tell of the game. I know it's not as intriguing as the other ones, but the reason why is there's just so much in this game that I can't explain unless you want a part 2. Let me know in the comments below if you want a part 2, knowing how to do movements as well as how does the game look itself in a board game fashion. I'll make sure it looks a lot cleaner over here just for those type of videos as well. So as always, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Like, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Twitter. Check me out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, have a awesome rest of your day. Have a laugh in life, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love, guys.